guys, it's Steve Collins with your Friday video blog, and this is it, okay? This is in honor of Veterans Day. That's the reason because of the red, white, and blue here. But I'm doing this because most veterans utilize USAA, which is one of the largest employers here in San Antonio. I value USAA. We are members of USAA. We have their insurance on our cars. My father's a decorated Vietnam War veteran with a Distinguished Flying Cross. He's got tons of medals, and so I honor the folks that are serving in our military on Veterans Day. But I had something happen the other night. I lost my first listing opportunity for the first time in 13 years because I found out last night that the sellers hired a guy who is part of the Mover Advantage program. So I'm going to go over with you very quickly the idea behind the Movers Advantage program, okay? And I'm going to get the papers to back it up here, so just hang with me for just 1 second. And I'll have them right here on the side, and we're ready to go. So Movers Advantage or disadvantage? Let's just talk about it right now. The whole pitch of the Movers Advantage is this. If you use our realtor, we'll connect you with the realtor who will write you a check back for $350 up to $1,500 when you close on your home. Just use our realtor. And so the idea behind it is this. USA is this gigantic corporation. They get calls, thousands of calls every year from veterans and folks who say, you know what, we'd like to maybe check out getting a home loan. That's the indicator that causes them to say, oh, by the way, do you have a realtor? Because if you don't, and even if you do and you want to switch it, we have realtors that we work with who will give you a check back at closing just for using them. And it sounds real good at first, but I'm about to expose what the reality of it is. Advantage or disadvantage? All right, let's start with this visual, okay? Mama Bird, leads. Sweet real estate agents. I don't mean to be uncool about how I say that, but let's just discuss this. Let's talk about the reality of this picture here. Basically what you're looking at is this. USAA is selling leads to realtors who don't have a viable business of their own, who don't work for their leads, who don't have a reputation that brings them referrals, and who are desperate on the vine, and they need to give up over 1/3 of their paycheck just to have somebody to work with. That's what it is. The leads come in, Big Mama Bird says, you want the leads? You want the leads? Yes, we want the leads. We want the leads. Give us the leads. Give us the leads. And yes, we'll gladly give you all of our money back. We'll give you, 1/3 of our money back. Just give us leads, please. That's what's going on, guys. I mean, it's not rocket science. It's why when you look on Realtor.com and Trulia and a lot of the other very strong websites out there, why so many of those properties, when you inquire on them, they're actually sold. They're gone already. They've already been sold. Well, the reason they stay in there is because they still get calls. They get a call on it. They say, I'm interested in this property. They know that that property is already sold. They contact an agent and say, we have Joey and Sammy that are interested in the property in your town. We want to know if you'll pay us 35%. We'll sell you this lead if you close them. And they go, yes, 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 yes. So it's buying leads versus working for leads. It's buying leads and getting leads and giving money back. So my question to you is this real quick. How hard would you work if your boss said, I need you to come to work this week, and oh, by the way, I want you to just give me 35% of what you normally do? Just, because very few people are excited about that. Okay, so let's just talk about what it is. Is it an advantage to the individuals, or what is it? Basically, it's a profit center for the referring businesses. It's just another symbol. Is that evil? Is that terrible? No, it's not evil. No, it's not terrible. But you have to look at who would be interested in buying leads, and what are they like? What are their business models? What are the gifts and skills that they bring to the marketplace? What is their position and their posture in the marketplace? Here's the things you really have to ask yourself when you're thinking about this, okay? Now guess what? It's going to blow your mind. The referring company gets almost 3 times more than the buyer or seller. So not only is the agent paying the company this huge chunk of money, they're just taking a portion of it and giving it to the potential seller or buyer. They're just getting a little piece of it. They're not even getting the big lion's share of it. The company that sold the lead is getting the money, okay? A lot of people don't realize this. I'm exposing it today. So why would realtors be willing to work for so much less than usual? New realtors. I'm new. What do? Oh, don't worry. We're part of the Buyers and Movers Advantage program, and we've got leads that come in. Now you have to give up 30% of your paycheck plus a check for $350 to $1,500, but you'll have leads, and you won't even have to work for them because they'll be given to you. Understandable. Inexperienced? Not quite sure what to do. Where do I get new leads? We have the contract with this company. Once again, desperate? Do you buy the lead or do you work for the lead? All right? So we're going to do real life case studies here in San Antonio, Texas with two particular clients of mine. Working out at the gym, I had a conversation, knew the guy, we served in the youth ministry together, we served on the board together at the Y. Mr. and Mrs. H, I can give you their names and numbers. I'm glad to have you speak with them. They'd love to talk with you about it. He said this word for word. Steve, look, I know you, I like you, I know we're one of the top realtors in the city, I know it. But see, when I go through the Movers Advantage program, I'm going to get a check back for $1,500, just like I did last time when I bought my house 5 years ago. Okay, here's the reality. The house that he bought was on the market for $150 grand. Guess what he paid for the house with his Buyer's Advantage Realtor? $150 grand. It was a brand new home. Nobody told them that that price could be negotiated. When you've got a realtor who's already taken a huge cut in their commission, and their commission is based on the sales price of the home, why is that realtor going to fight to knock the price down even lower and get paid even lower? No. Price is $150. Okay, we'll write it up at $150. Okay, we're just writing it up $150. Oh, okay. Bummer deal. Bummer deal. So here's the deal. Here's what happens with Steve Collins, the Collins Group, on God's grace. The house they loved was listed at $434,880. New home builder. I negotiated the price down to $390 grand. I postured the negotiation. I let the builder know there were other homes we were interested in. I presented our case strong like I do for all of our buyers. Price savings of $44,880. But wait, that's not all, Bob. There's more. Okay? What else? In addition to that, on a 3/4 acre lot, I also negotiated that builder to put a fence on that house. Side the yard, put a sprinkler system in. $8 grand, $5 grand, $5 grand on top of that. For a total of $62,880 real live dollars, of which I have got right here. Christina, see if you can bring this in a little bit. Right about there. List price, $434,880. Sold for $390. Sold by Steve Collins. Seller's concessions. Fence, sprinkler, sod. I've got the proof to back it up. Not blown. Here's my question, guys. Would you like a check for $1,500 when you close on your home? Or maybe save 62 grand? Okay? Kind of a no-brainer, all right? Do you think that this gentleman and his wife were happy? Do you think that they were upset when they realized that they could have negotiated in the previous house with the previous Buyer's Advantage guy who paid full price and gave them a little check back? Okay? Kind of a no-brainer. Case study number 2. Dr. and Mrs. D. Once again, they're happy to talk to you about this. Same story. Steve, we're using Buyer's Advantage because we're going to get a check of $1,550 back. I immediately had Dr. and Mrs. D from Korea call Mr. and Mrs. H, and I said, before you do anything else or make a decision, you need to call this gentleman. He's the director of the search board. You need to call him, and you need to make sure that the decision that you're making is the wisest. Because if I'm not mistaken, you're about saving money. You're about getting the best deal possible. Well, I have to tell you, I have a history and a track record of doing that for folks. Okay? So let's take a look at what we did here. The house that they loved was $625,000. We saw a lot of houses. This is the one that they really, really wanted. I negotiated it down to $500 grand. $500,000. Okay? It's a savings of $125 grand. Now, here's an interesting thing that I'm going to show you. Here's the MLS listing for that one, listed at $625, sold for $500 by Steve Collins. But I'm going to show you something mind-boggling. Now, Christina, I don't know if you can take it in right there. Is that all right? Seller wrote a check. This is a HUD-1 settlement statement. Cash from the seller, $82,049.96. What does that mean? That means that this seller wrote a check to sell his house with the deal I negotiated. $82,000 to make the deal happen. Now, I had some folks at church go, don't you feel bad because you're just taking advantage of people? And my answer is, that's a really great question. I'm not scared to ask. And a seller can say no. If the seller doesn't find this to be a win, they say no. I don't feel bad. I would rather be accused of boldly asking like a bulldog for my clients and getting a great deal than to go, well, I'm kind of scared to make an offer like that. We might offend them, because that's a low ball offer and people just don't do that. And oh gosh, we just don't want to offend them. Let's make the offer for maybe 610. 610, 620? No! I do my research, do the due diligence, I figure out what we have to do. If you want the house and you want to smoke and deal, I'm the guy. That's the way that it works. Alright? So, would you rather get a check for $1,550 or save $125 grand? I mean, come on, guys. Let's just look at it. Alright? So the question is this. Mover's advantage. Do I want a check for $350 to $1,500, or would you rather save thousands of dollars? I only have one answer for that. You want to save money. It's a big deal. I got a check for $1,500. I use buyer's advantage. My realtor Steve saved me like $125K. Yeah, I don't need that check. Forgive me if I seem passionate. I am passionate about it. So here's the most important thing. I have Sabrina Madry, Dr. Madry's wife, visiting us here, and she said, Steve, when we first moved down here, the big deal was we didn't know anybody. We weren't sure who we could trust or who we could talk to. So she said, be sure to let people know about this, because I'm part of a national network of top producing realtors who work by referral. I can help you anywhere in America to make sure that you get someone like me who knows what they're doing, who does this for a living. We don't do it part-time, and I'm not paying anybody for a lead. I'm working my butt off every day. Our team is working diligently to provide Nordstrom's level high service, saving our clients time and money, because at some point in your life, your time becomes just as precious, if not more precious of a resource than your money. Because you can lose money and get it back, but let's face it, once you lose time, you're not getting that back. That's gone. So we really focus on providing that level of service so that people can continue to refer us. And I cringe when I think about that young couple with the children that chose this other guy because they go, well, we're going to get you back $1,500. It's heartbreaking to me. So I can help anyone, anywhere in America. And I'm just going to wrap it up by saying Happy Veterans Day. God bless you guys. Most veterans use it. I figured it's time to expose the reality of what really goes on. I love every one of you guys, and I'm here for you. You can reach me at 535home.com, and we look forward to serving you. Have a great weekend.